And welcome back once again to Are You Not Entertained? Your host, Infamous, as well as always the dynamic duo Treese. And we're going to do things a little differently today. We got talk pieces. We're going to get straight into it. Is Xbox on the verge of a comeback? That is the question I asked today. Between backwards compatibility, them announcing the return of FanFest, the Xbox partner preview they showed recently, and now upcoming, a showcase setting the stage to begin the summer and a Gears of War E-Day Direct, going a deep dive into one of their flagship franchises and a new upcoming release. And might I add, they killed the This Is an Xbox campaign, a campaign that Phil Spencer and his lackey Sarah Bond conjured up saying that you don't need to buy the hardware. Any and everything is an Xbox. Xbox said, no, that's dead. You want Xbox, you buy the Xbox. So, I want to ask the question to you, the viewers, and even to us. Is this the verge of Xbox coming back? Is this them really firing on all cylinders, revving that engine to say, hey, we're not gone. We're not leaving. We're coming back and we're coming back showing, not telling. Treese, I'm going to start with you. How do you feel with all the recent news, all the recent publicity going on right now with Xbox? How do you feel? What does all this say to you?
Yeah, it says to me that they fired Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond because they represented the old fucked up downward spiral that is the Xbox brand. They made a lot of terrible decisions. They made some questionable decisions with, the whole play you're no matter if you're an Xbox gamer, PlayStation gamer, PC, we don't look at you. You're a gamer, so we can make money off you. Campaign, the Game Pass, the lies about it being profitable, and then they raise the price. Listen, Xbox is in a very much put up and shut up. I think Big Daddy, that is Microsoft, that is control of the Xbox brand. They're saying, listen, we're not going to allow you to have this unlimited of just spending. Like, no, we want to see some return. They have been very much embarrassed about a lot of the studios they bought for well over market value. And honestly, I look at all those studios they bought and they overpaid, especially for the product that we got after they acquired them. And I'm looking at you, Bethesda. Bethesda was on fire, and we didn't realize how on fire that studio was until, I mean, look at Starfield. That shit, no. So they overpaid for a lot of those studios. They've been embarrassed. A lot of things, a lot of those games that came out were very brand damaging, not just to the studio but to the Xbox brand. It really, really, they lost a lot of fans that were hardcore. Like I said, I was a hardcore 360. 360 is really the system that set it off for me. And I just, after that E3 announcement, it was just no. I couldn't continue because the value wasn't there in the Xbox. And therefore I got into the PS4 Pro, the PS4, and now it transitioned to the PS5. And so they own a multi-generation fuck up. And I think this is a very pivotal moment for the Xbox brand. Like I said, they fired Phil Spencer, they fired Sarah Bond, they got the new chick in, she's saying all these buzzwords. But at the end of the day, Xbox has to show me, like, FanFest, cool. Showcase, hey, showcase E-Day. Yes, this is absolutely everything that Xbox should be doing to what? Repair the brand damage of the past. People, they are in repair mode, and I think they're honestly in survival mode. Microsoft is looking like, bro, we're not taking these L's, especially how the financial situation and due to economic difficulties or whatever that phrase is. Like, they just not about to let Xbox just milk them dry for money anymore. They want return on investment. And so there's all this is, it sounds great, and if they really everything that they're saying right now and bring it to fruition and really do right by consumers, yeah, I think Project Helix could really put them back on top. Like, listen, PlayStation is moving very, very nasty these days. The rumors about dynamic pricing, and they have $1,000 console on the market. Like, PlayStation is really moving arrogantly, and nasty. So, like we say, competition is every fucking thing. If Xbox really get on their game, it could put a lot of pressure on PlayStation, but it's definitely put up or shut up. I think if they don't really turn it around, I think Microsoft could really be thinking like, "Hey, we cool on this gaming." Like where people used to view gaming as a to
You're talking recession proof.
recession proof. Thank you. People used to look at gaming as being recession proof. Baby, no, it's not. It is very acceptable to the financial situation. Gas is over $4. Like, absolutely not. So for all those reasons, yeah, I think they could, but that's a big bet. That is a big bet. And if history has shown us anything of recent Xbox, you cannot believe anything. You have to let Xbox show you and prove you right before you really get excited. So, I think, yeah, they could really do a lot. Project Helix sounds very intriguing. And yeah, they have the potential. And really, we need Xbox to be great again. We need Xbox to push PlayStation and really relegate because they are getting out of hand and they just moving nasty. So I pray Xbox brand bounces back. Everything comes to fruition. Everything they promising happens and it is well received and well executed. That is my hope. That is my prayer. Make Xbox great again, god damn it. But yeah, this this could be a verge of a major comeback, or Xbox brand could really go in that gently in that good night, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, I definitely can see and feel all the points you're hitting on. You do make a good point. Me and my cousin, we were very hardcore and deep in the 360 era. I know we both had the original ones, and then my cousin, she had the Elite, which I was ultra jealous of because of her uncle. Yeah, I later on got the Slim. I didn't get an Elite, but we were very deep into the 360 era. Like 360 era of gaming was purely about games. Microsoft was ruthless. They were super aggressive on trying to show, hey, not only are we trying to be a competitor to Sony, but hey, we deserve to be in this space because we're bringing you the games that people want at a place where they can play it at. And of course, we all know that's the tried and true story, the constant repeating of what happened with the Xbox One and Derek Matrick, or whatever the fuck that guy's name was. We're not gonna do all that. But what I see in recent times, I won't say years, because I believe it started last year with games pumping out. And now this year with a changing of the guard, Phil Spencer gone, Sarah Bongard, and this new CEO, I won't say I know what she's doing, but I have an idea. And it seems like she's trying to take Xbox back to basics, back to consumer friendly, back to fun. They already announced the backwards compatibility program. I've already mentioned that. They have expanded saying, hey, we're going to not only bring it back, we're going to really tap into some of this war chest of IPs that they own from all these fucking studios. There was a developer direct, a showcase, a partner preview, FanFest. They've added at the time of this recording on April 10th, they have added more tour stops to it to go back to what made Xbox what it is. And it's the consumers, it's the fucking fans, it's the people who have put their time, money, and energy into this quote unquote brand and made it what it is. And certain leaders have just forgotten that, just felt like, oh, we can just do whatever we want. And people just gonna be here. No, no, it's not. Me and my cousin, we have high hopes of Fable, even though that direct revealed some things we were not really too proud of.
No
I
fucking
have
co-op.
high hopes. Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, come on now. I understand. Hey, it's your first chance at this game. What is it? Playground games, but come on now. You're regressing. I have high hopes for Gears of War E-Day. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care what anyone says. I have played every Gears game. I have beat almost all of them on insane. Gears 4 and 5 was a mistake.
Damn.
They could have done so much fucking more. And you brought back the same fucking villain just with
Yeah,
a
that was
paint
yeah.
swap? Come on now. It could have been so much more. Now, yes, Xbox has made some very controversial decisions with the raising of the price of the Series X consoles, and we won't get into all that. That's all here and there. We all know about that. I'm here to say Xbox is trying to come back, and I hope they do. I see it written on the wall, the news. I see the Twitter posts, the YouTube comments, everything. The engine, it's revving. It ain't took off yet, baby. It's revving. And as my cousin stated, as I have stated, competition keeps these companies in line. It keeps them on their toes. Yes, you may say, well, Infamous, Microsoft and Xbox are backing out of the hardware thing. You know, they're not really focused on that. Yes, that is true. They are kind of foregoing the hardware. But one thing I will admit of Microsoft, one thing Microsoft has above anybody besides big dick money is they know software.
Yeah.
Microsoft is king of software. You're talking about a company that has the literal world in its hands on software, from Microsoft Word to every fucking thing else. Hell, they once said backwards compatibility was not possible on the Xbox One by how it was designed and the infrastructure. And you know what they did? They took their engineers and was like, hey, we can't do it how traditional backwards compatibility is, but you know how they solved it? They literally said in the interview, hey, we built a virtual, aka software 360 within the hardware of the Xbox One, and that's how they got it to work. That is why when you put a 360 disc in, it reads it and then it just downloads the fucking game for you. You're not playing off the disc. That's how Microsoft solved that problem. They have the means, the money, and the people backing up to truly come back from this 2 generation fuck up that they have put themselves in. Microsoft owns great franchises, and now with their little spending spree that got dad's attention, they own even more now. They own
Yeah.
Activision. They literally own another publisher. Two, because Bethesda had a publishing place in itself. They have the means to truly dominate, to truly say, hey, we're not going to do the exclusive thing, sharing anymore, even though that's not true. They're full on board with that. But they have games, they have the platform, they have the network infrastructure. We'll get on that later in a separate topic, to really come out and tap dance on these hoes, as the saying goes. This summer, if they hit it, I say, hey, Xbox is back, damn it. That will put Sony in its fucking place with the nonsense that they're doing. Dynamic pricing, outrageous price hikes on their systems. And I can understand, hey, well, infamous Microsoft did it. We ain't worried about the past right now, baby. Worry about what they doing future wise. Because everything they're talking, granted, it is talk. And
Yeah.
that's why this is called Talk Pieces, to discuss the narratives that is going on what is to be. Now, there's a very, very optimistic view on Project Helix. Me, I'm a little them trying to
I
blur the
I'm
line.
I'm intrigued. Intrigued.
Okay, we'll go with intrigued.
Yeah.
We'll go with intrigued. And I get that. Me, I'm a little iffy because them trying to blur the line of the console and the PC space to cater to both, but not pick one. I'm a little with all the things that they say it'll do and don't do, especially that price point, because that's just not what I'm sorry, I'm gonna rephrase that. Casual console players are accustomed to. Consoles are supposed to be the cheap entry point as opposed to the high point
Shit.
of PCs.
It ain't
But
that
in
for now.
today's time, shit. In today's time, damn it, hey, color me blue. If they can pull this off and really give you the best of both worlds with no compromisation, backed by Microsoft's engineers, ingenuity, and money, hey, baby, I bet you PlayStation to get in line. I bet you Nintendo will start really thinking, maybe we should put a little bit more power into this, because any and all these fucking systems live and die by their third party support. And right now, Xbox is damn near about to be the biggest third party supplier to the industry.
Mhm.
So, to answer my question I pose, yes, I do see and believe Xbox is on a comeback. Now, I'm not saying there are. Time will tell. We have the summer, their showcase. We got the little remnants of what E3 used to be with IGN and Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. And then, of course, the holiday season. I love to know what Gears of War E-Day would be like, because let's be honest, the holiday is sewn up. There's one big game coming out this holiday. and it's Grand Theft Auto 6. Everything else either needs to be early next year or on the tail end of fall. We saw PlayStation, they put Wolverine out in September. I thought they would do October. They said, no, 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 gotta make sure. So I am optimistically thrilled to see where this goes. Because for anyone who does not remember, the 360 era, it was dominated.
Shoo, chef's kiss, baby.
Dominating. You talking about not only was this the era where everything went multi-plat, things that were only PlayStation went both, but hell, most of them came to Xbox first or had
Mhm.
special dibs, as PlayStation does now with special DLC packs, missions, armors, etc. Xbox was tap dancing on them hoes every week. Oh, sales break. What this sold? They used to be running high, baby. So I would like to see more competition from a one of the big three, quote unquote. Put Sony in line, make them remember, like, hey, you don't run this. You are a part of this. In case you got anything you want to say to close this out before we move on?
I do want to touch on a few things because the Helix things intrigue me, and it's been all over Twitter feed. Like Xbox has been mailing out Helix merchandise to certain context creators. A Xbox add us to the list. I want to say this: like it intrigues me the thought about blurring the lines between console and PC, but I want to point out that the ROG Ally did not do that well. And you did say that they are good in software. They really need to hone in on that because the Rock Ally, the PC and the Xbox software, it is a mess on that. And I think it makes the product unvaluable because it's not really it's not a seamless transition. Like it's not, so
Mm-hmm.
I wanna make I'm a little cautious because they really need to put effort in making a seamless transition between, I guess, this Xbox PC and the interface and all that. I do wanna also say, I think they're saying all the right things, but we gotta remember that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond just got fired. So you gotta think in a realistic business terms that everything. I think it's gonna take Xbox a few years to really, if they bring back exclusives. Like you gotta think about how long it takes a game. I know they are investing in AI to shorten the development time, but realistically, I don't know if they got something ready for this year or even next year, but I feel like they can really position themselves in a very, very more positive position than what they are right now, especially if they do the Game Pass $15 a month tier. I think they can do a lot to position themselves in 2026 and 2027, and really 2028. I think that is a realistic time where they could have some exclusives again coming out, some really interesting thing. Maybe they can tighten the belt fucking Bethesda and have Elder Scrolls on the horizon, maybe showcasing a gameplay trailer. I don't know. I think 2028, realistically, unless there's something in the pipeline that, I mean, of course, E-Day and Gears of War, but I feel like that's a realistic time frame. But positioning for Xbox is key and very important for that plan to come fruition. But I gotta say, Xbox doesn't need to do all these good things for me. Like I said, I went to PlayStation, I jumped ship. I mean, I still bought them, but I really I say Xbox needs to make these things happen for those fans that weather the storm and continue to put money and really defend Xbox during these last 2 generations. Those are the people they really need to do this for because they really stuck with them through thick and thin where I was like, "I'm off this ship. Fuck it. You don't do no favors for me, I do no favors for you. You don't get no money out of me." So, I really want those fans to really be rewarded and really feel like they made it through the storm and Xbox really came through. I really want them to do that for those fans, but I'll just leave it at that. And like I said, I hope for the best.
Okay. You make some good points. ROG Ally X, yes, it did not do great. And I'm not going to make an excuse for him, but that was a clear example of what happens when you phone in some shit and not do it yourself,
Yeah.
which is why the reports and there were certain leaks talking about that Microsoft was back on the handheld project and bringing it in house to handle themselves. I can't remember what they were saying, but they were saying some of their top engineers, they were like, "Hey, we need this to be better. Anything that has our name on it, our logo, needs to be something to really show out about." The exclusive thing, they have said at numerous lengths, and even when Asha Sharma has taken over, the way that they feel exclusives, the CEO of Microsoft, he doesn't like exclusives. He believes they should be everywhere. And from the amount of money Xbox games are making on PlayStation, I don't see
Yeah.
them backing down on, because to bring exclusives back in, you would need to deal with Game Pass in some way. And I don't believe they want to have that egg on their face, that I told you so moment on pulling Game Pass. I'm sorry, pulling day one releases out of Game Pass. So that is why the exclusive thing is kind of just out the thing. Now, they could do more time
Yeah, definitely
exclusivity. They
time.
did say, yeah, they did say that they were not opposed to that, because South of Midnight is just now recently coming to PlayStation. That was not day and date. The new Forza 6, as much as everybody loved hearing about it, it's finally coming to Japan. That is on Xbox first. Xbox Game Pass and Xbox PC first. There's a delayed of that coming to PlayStation. So I believe there'll be probably more of those
Yeah, like a
of
Starfield
that coming.
situation.
Yeah, there'll be more delayed reactions slash releases to take care of the fans first, and
Yeah.
then everyone else. I can believe that. And what else did you say? You said something else. I'm trying to hop around everything you brought up. Oh, and then the Phil Spencer and everything, and the new CEO. Yes, it will take some time. It will take probably, I'll say, maybe 2 or 3 years. There are too many things that are already set in motion for her to just
Mhm.
come in and be like, no, 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 we're doing this now. That does not work like that.
Yeah, it takes
Xbox
time.
CEO does not have carte blanche to do whatever they want. Everything that comes now has to be ran through Microsoft CEO. And even though I can't remember his name, god damn it, he is on board with a lot of the things, everyone across the board, Microsoft executives, it's like, hey, Xbox needs to perform. Period. We have allowed this, this little brothers in the company, to have its fun. But hey, you all spent significant resources on an idea that has not panned out. And now dad has stepped in and said, hey, you show me, or this is going to get cut out, period. And you've spoken about that at length, like, hey, you all have been in the red too long, or not bringing in enough money, baby. You all took daddy's credit card and had fun. I need to see results now. So that I understand, because even PlayStation has to answer up and make the money that Sony expects. You are absolutely correctly. Everybody's just talking right now, saying the buzzwords, saying what's hot, saying what's enjoyable. Okay, show me you really about to stand on business and do what's needed to revitalize the brand. Yeah, they've made some mistakes these past 2 generations, console, physical media, etc. We're gonna move all past that. What we doing?
Yeah, what we
If
doing
these
now?
games hit, if these services hit, hey baby, the Xbox can get turned on a lot more and get a lot more playtime.
We'll have to wait and see though.
So let's get on to our next talk piece.
Yeah, definitely let us know what you think and how you feel about this topic. Do you believe Xbox is on the verge of a comeback or not? Let us know in the comments down below.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, are you not entertained?